Big Bacon. Hello, everybody. Thank you for once again joining me on Big Bacon's Collection. I'm your host, Big Bacon. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series 2022 release from the Mandalorian line, Death Watch Mandalorian. I actually managed to pick this up from I guess you could call it a mini flea market inside of a mall locally. A guy had some older figures, had some newer figures, and this just happened to be one of them. So, without any further nonsensical, let's just get to the figure. We're going to start with the accessories. He comes with a really nice Mandalorian blaster. Now, one thing you'll notice as I do more and more of these types of figures, they all have the exact same mold. But this one is done in a really nice gunmetal gray. And it actually has a painted handle, which is a rarity when it comes to accessories. It's got this really funky looking rifle. Looks like somebody tried to take Boba Fett's rifle and just stretch it and add another handle. All in all, I mean, it is what it is. I actually have a little bit of bend in mine. Might have to heat it up later. And he comes with the traditional Mandalorian jetpack. Really nice coloration on this. The silver is painted in nicely. It's a nice contrast to this lighter blue. As with almost all of these, there is some articulation to the thrusters. Mine, once again, seems to be slightly bent. But, oh well, what are you going to do? Peg holes here for actually attaching it to the figure. Now, let's get to the reason we're here. The figure. Give me the figure. Okay. The helmet sculpt is not a reuse of Boba Fett. No massive dent up in the corner. That's the major giveaway. But it is very characteristic of him. It does have a movable rangefinder. Yay! Rangefinder is two-tone, silver with the same baby blue, light blue, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll call it light blue. That's more of a baby blue. Underneath, there's this gray bodysuit that runs the length of the figure. The shoulder armor is different than Mando and Boba. Chest plate. You know what? I'm just going to say it. This is an all new sculpt, as far as I can tell. This actual under the body armor is a different tone than this, but that's because the armor itself is attached to a different undershirt that's worn over this undersuit. Arms come down. Both hands have really cool looking gauntlets. They're not the same, and they don't match up with any of the others. Got some, looks like weathering. Got some silver paint, key points. Got emblems tampoed on the body, and then in certain parts of the armor, they have weathered it. They've chipped the paint away, showing you the metal underneath, and that's really awesome. Brown belt is a separate piece, and it attaches to the holster on the right thigh. A little bit of paint detail up here in the front. Comes around, attaches to the, for lack of a better word, ass plate. thigh armor, also unique to this figure. Got these knee rocket, well, this one's a knee rocket launcher. This one is just a knee plate. A little bit of paint here would have really been nice, but they have added some paint details here and there. Boots are just standard black boots with a brown leather strap at the top. So let's get to the articulation. As I mentioned, the rangefinder is articulated. And a bunch of these clones and Mandalorians and such, they actually used to use a blank head inside that they just glued the helmet down onto. This is a whole sculpt. That's not a separate piece. But because of the amount of space under that helmet and the fact that the neck itself is articulated, he looks down. He looks up. Not a great deal, but very easy turn and tilt for days. These shoulder gauntlets are actually attached underneath the ball joint in the shoulder. If there is a butterfly joint, it's deep inside this overlay and you're not using it. Now, because of how this is set, it rises up when the arm's lifted. You get up to 90. Hold on to it as you twist it, otherwise it's just gonna... Okay, yeah, it's making it a little difficult on that side and this side. So, you don't get all the way around. Well, I suppose you do. It just kind of lifts up out the way. Okay, we have no bicep cut, but we do have a cut right here at the top of the elbow for rotation. Single pinless joint. And then we have rotation underneath the gauntlet as well. So you actually have two rotation points right on top of each other. The hand also rotates and has a vertical hinge, but it's a little hard to use with the gauntlet sticking so far forward. Waist joint is on a ball. Yeah. Got some great hula hooping. Going back, well, he's not winning any limbo contests, let's just say that. Forward, same deal. Okay, thighs. Well, let's start with the actual hips. Leg kicks forward that far. Comes out that far. No back. There is a thigh cut hidden right under the front of the armor there, but you can see it from the side. We have a single jointed knee, which comes up to 90. There's also rotation at that knee. There's no actual boot cut because of where the knee articulates. The foot itself hinges back pretty good, forward a little bit, and front-facing rocker. So, without any further ado, let's get this guy suited up, geared up, and on the shelf. Okay, the foot peg was the easy part. Getting this thing on requires an act of God or Congress. All the way up in there, baby, all the way up in there. All right, that is on, and I'm an idiot. I really should have done this part first. Now, the holster has a strap that unplugs. Weapon just slides right inside. Strap comes back over, and you plug it back into the holster. Now, as for this thing, Holy Mother Mary and Joseph. saw somewhere, somebody said that it's not the handle you're supposed to grip, it's this part. And if that's true, that might just change the game entirely. Oh my goodness. So yeah, instead of trying to put the thumb back here, put the thumb on the top. So much easier. Alright. Our Mandalorian, Death Watch Mandalorian is all geared up and ready to go on the shelf. So let's get him there. And there we have it. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it. Anything you do that helps me share my collection is greatly appreciated. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.